Brought to you by Fastpitch TV and sponsored by SoftballJunk.com. Here's another show from the 2014 Women's College World Series.
You know, for all the coaches, we're not that far removed from an era where every World Series game seemed to be 1-0 and 2-1. And looking at the regionals and the super regionals, has softball outgrown that? And is it because pitching is down and hitting is up? What's your theory on the offensive change in this game over the last several years?
I'll speak to that first. I think you will see some games that are very close, 1-0, 2-1, that sort of deal. I don't think it's going to be the norm anymore. I don't believe it's because pitching's down. I think there are some outstanding pitchers out there. I think the times are different. I think that, number one, I think that there's a lot more scouting out there. The video, with all the TV and with all the live streaming and all the video, that also changes the dynamic of scouting and understanding the other pitchers. And so there's a lot more game film, so that helps the hitters. I think the other thing that's happened in this great sport is, along with all the resources, you're also seeing a huge increase in coaches' salaries. So I think that there are a number of very, very talented coaches who have come over into softball. Some people have stayed in our sport. Some people have come over from baseball into softball. And you're seeing, I believe, the coaching in the college is at an all-time high. And I think they're doing such an exceptional job of preparing their girls to compete on the national level. And specifically, you're seeing a lot of that happen offensively. And finally, I think that over the last 20 years, all of the major changes in the rule book have been to promote hitting in our sport because there was such a lack of offensive production. So in my opinion, those three things are a really big deal and have contributed to why you're seeing so much offense. But also, with that great design, you're seeing the fan base go up. You're seeing the fan base go up tremendously. The number of individuals who are going to be here this weekend watching the World Series and also watching it on TV, I think that offense has actually contributed to all the spectators that we're getting in this sport.
Coach Lotief talked a lot about the personality that's so unique to softball. As coaches, how do you balance that when you start talking about crazy bows and people's hair, things like that? Balance that personality with focusing on the game. That's for Patty and
there.
You can go first.
What, you want me to help with that?
Oh, yes.
I can't.
I mean, kind of what I said before. If you're in the dugout with these kids and you know what's going on, they're intense and fierce competitors. To me, the fact that these kids can play under the kind of pressure that they play under and still smile and still cheer and still relax and still have fun, to me is a talent. I think that's something that people, our fans, enjoy. That they enjoy the fact that our kids can be expressive and that they can enjoy the game and that they can be so into it and they can handle. You don't have to, when they boot a ball or they strike out in a big moment or they give up a home run, well, they feel it. They understand the disappointment, but they don't wear that. A lot of these kids don't wear that for the next 24 hours. They get to the next pitch. I think our kids are mentally tougher because they're more expressive. I think our game allows these kids to play each pitch and to enjoy it. And last night at the function, they all talked about family and sisterhood and team and how much they love being a part of this. And that's what's great about our sport. I'm glad that our sport allows these kids to be individuals and, to express their individual personalities within the context of team and family.
We have something called Speakers on Success, and about once a month we invite a business person into our team room and just talk to the team about how they got to where they are in the business world. And almost to a person, everyone starts by saying, the reason why I love to watch softball is because when you play, you have so much fun. And like Michael has said, you can combine relentless competitors, servant leaders, and kids that have fun. It can be done. And I think all 4 of us have shown that. I mean, like Patty said at the very, very beginning, when we get out there, we're all gonna compete, but we're all gonna have fun too.
You said something about bows earlier. I think every program has their own personality, and what it works for one may not work for another, but you definitely have seen quite a bit more personality in our game. And from the biggest bows you've ever seen to me, it doesn't matter. As long as you can get out and play the game the way it's needing to be played and it doesn't distract you, then go for it. We're a little, I don't think it's because of me, but just our style, our personality is not quite as big, I guess. I've seen props in dugouts, and I've seen wigs and costumes and things that are going a little overboard, but that's the style of that team, and I can't, that's works for them. Maybe it doesn't work for us, but it doesn't take away from our passion for the game or so forth. So I think everyone here has a different, we played out at ULL. Those guys are drummers. They need to go into bands and play drums because they can beat the drum and have good rhythm. But to me, I loved it because it made me feel like we were at a big event. I mean, it brought an atmosphere. So sometimes it brings atmosphere. Sometimes it, it's just, like I said, the personality of the program. Everybody's different. What works for one may not work for another, but it's definitely where the sport seems to be going right now.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, and on the bows, I'm not really a bow girl, you can tell. But nobody can really tell me, you think about guys and their nasty beards, in baseball, and they're going into the postseason. They're spending as much time in that mirror checking out their beard and making sure it's long, and as the girls do with their bows. So, nobody can really tell me there's a difference between a big nasty beard and a bow. I think they're all accessories, and it's really just what they're comfortable with. So, I don't think much about it either.
Looking for a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount on all regular price bats on the website. That's right, $30 discount. Just text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 and Gary will send you a discount code good for $30 off your next softball bat at SoftballJunk.com. FYI, that code's also good at the Arlington, Texas store. This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all of our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.